I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Okay.
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Oh, don't play with me. You move lamps around in the library. Hey Internet, it's Jessica, and welcome back to Danganronpa. In the last episode, we unfortunately lost another student, and it was somebody I kind of expected to die pretty quickly, and now we gotta discover who is the killer. Byakuya believes it is Genocide Jack, the serial killer that has not been located yet, and I actually think I have a clue who it might be, but I'm not really sure because I feel like it's a red herring. But we're about to start the next class trial, and hopefully I can figure out who it is. If you guys have been enjoying this series, remember to leave a like. Your like does help support this channel and lets me know that you want more Danganronpa episodes, so please give this video a like before you start. Okay, so we're gonna ask her what she's seen, if she's seen any accounts since we talked to Hina already. Do you think the posters in the boys and girls locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
I can't really say. I never paid any attention to those posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a lot of protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We had protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee. You can do that? And down the glass after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet. Oh, that's what that stain is. In the girls' locker room. Wait, that carpet was switched too! In the girls' locker room, and it left a stain. A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. Can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see, it's not plugged in. The lamp cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on, and it was definitely right here. Didn't Byakuya said he switched the lamps? Oh, that's right, Byakuya was using an extension cord. There's no extension cord here now, so that's where whoever got it was from here. See, it's making Byakuya a little bit suspicious, but I don't think it's him either. If, you know, he's really in it to win the game and everything. Want to take another look at Genocide Jack's case file? I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone! Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only person who would have done something like that, I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Okay, class trial's gonna start.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
Okay, let's go.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial. You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. The red door is right through here. So is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Oh, yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on.
Kidding, I'm kidding. How can I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time. Why are you saying it like that?
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out and kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Just like that, he said a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I don't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag me a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible! So, now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle over to the elevator. Let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. And that's the thing. Somebody made the choice to kill a girl like that. She's an easy target. And the murderer is one of us. Someone's standing right here. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with a heavy clunk sound deeper and deeper into the ground. As we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated! Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with your stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Yo, I'm with him. Let's just start.
Very nice.
Good, good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
chills.
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate. A deadly class trial. Increased bullet capacity. Ooh, I kind of want this. Vocabulary. That's what I got from Toko, right? I think that's all the stuff that I got. Here we go again! First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. That dumbbell thingy, right?
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt
Hang on a second. How do I do this again?
instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
I mean,
Interesting.
close. That's close.
That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
What instrument could it have been?
Can you hear some proof that contradiction what I said? There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I pressed the wrong thing. Whoops.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? Found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood. And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
Right.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her
I mean,
head
she
wound?
was examining her body.
Yes! That's so creepy!
She's a detective, you weirdos.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
For real?
Chihiro's killer is
Genocide
the
Jack.
fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? Alright, Genocide Jack case file. We have to compare it to somebody's contradiction.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
There is! No. We have the case file! I should have listened to the rest of the conversation, but you know, I'm eager to get the show on the road to find out.
Might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking
We
around
didn't
the
find it, it
archives
was
in the library.
Byakuya.
I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weirdish, isn't it? What was something like that doing
I
in the
agree, it is a
library?
little bit weird that's in the school, but it's on purpose, right? Because that's somebody's
The
secret.
why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Yeah.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Booblust.
Somebody throw this man away. Just throw him away in the garbage.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Right.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
The way that they display their victims.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. How it's positioned.
I got it! Apparently, In every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Yeah, we have pictured evidence.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
And there's no cops or officials
There's
here.
only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of
Yeah,
us?
there's even more so that in the case file it says that they were probably a student.
In fact, it's Toko.
What? Wait! Are you serious?
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Wait, how did you get to that conclusion? I mean, I know she's acting weird, but like, how do you know?
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Well, remember, they're supposed to have a split personality, and it is true, when she did faint, she turned a little weird, like her personality was so different.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Hero, just shut up. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not to be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Yep, multiple personalities. We learned that in the case file. 6 letters. Okay, hang on. Wait, what am I doing? I failed. I failed. Oh. Schizo.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file
Yeah, it's
too.
in the file too.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's
yeah?
strange behavior
Yeah,
after
that's the
seeing
thing,
body
and then she
is proof
lost
enough
her,
that she has a
stutter,
split
too.
personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have split personality, it has to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed. She arrived like she fainted. No, the behavior, right?
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Yeah, she was acting that. I'm fine, yeah, girl, your tongue is hanging out.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again,
Right,
she was utterly calm.
she was kind of calm
In
about
other words,
it. And
within
making
her
a
is
joke
one
about
personality
it.
that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide
She did
Jack?
say, I don't want Genocide Jack to take hold of me, or take a hold, or whatever. She did say that, that's true. I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Ooh, that's right, because remember she said, keep my promise. When we went to her room.
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Because she's also in love with him too, so that doesn't help.
Lie. Right, Toko?
Nah, honey, it's not a lie.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
Oh, no.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Oh, shit.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
And she is a romance novelist, right? So maybe she's just trying to, like, live out her dream, too.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
She did kill somebody. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Okay, Bayukiyu, that's kind of fucked up.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
Oh, what did you say then?
But you weren't able to do it.
What did you say to her then?
Resist that rush you got from killing.
Unless he pushed her to do it.
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Real talk, I'm actually glad it's her. Like, get rid of this guy. I can't stand Toko.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person?
Genocide Jack.
You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. What? A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but then in the next second... Oh!
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Genocide Jill. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be Jack, but what does it matter?
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
Wow, her voice completely changed.
I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
So I was right, there was another person on the seats for the class trial. It's supposed to be for Genocide Jack.
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
And not for killing. Jesus Christ!
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Jesus Christ, her laugh. This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts
No,
on
I don't think so.
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
No.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you.
Right.
This murderous
right.
fiend is
We don't need any more
responsible for
evidence.
Chihiro's
It's
death.
definitely her.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and
Right,
graduate
their
within
secret.
24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
What?
Huh? But I cannot imagine.
But then how would somebody know about how to kill in Genocide Jack's... Yeah, right.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Okay, wait, think about this logically. If the murder weapon was a dumbbell, could Toko or Genocide Jack pick that up? In reality, I don't know if she's strong or anything. That's the thing. That's the one thing that's kind of like has a certain alibi to it. It's just, I don't know if she can lift that kind of dumbbell because it looks heavy too. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something still is bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Okay, let's listen to everybody's first. Status of the dead body.
But I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Right, that part.
What more proof do we need?
But she was dead before... I think I know what it is.
Give it up.
I think
you killed her.
I think I know. In all the pictures of Genocide Jack, yes, they were hung up that way and had blood less written in their own blood, but they were all stabbed with scissors.
No, that's wrong.
There we go.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same?
Right. It's not.
I'm
It's
not
not.
so sure about that.
Just the display of it.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using Ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Are we dropping name brands now?
This is no creation of mine.
Yeah, I agree. The scissors.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
The one clear difference between the murders. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you see a clear difference. Victims... Oh wait, the bloody message too. The fatal injury, right?
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
Right.
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkable.
Oh my god!
Murders.
You're telling me, after we discover who actually killed Chihiro, we have to hang out with Toko? Knowing that she's a serial killer? Oh my god.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Okay, girl, you don't need to make comparisons to food.
Please stop comparing killing people to cooking.
Thank you!
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's That's right. The second difference is related how she was suspended. In the photos of the other genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. What was used? The extension cord.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else?
Do I want to know?
Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Did she just call me Big Mac?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
What?
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
Men?
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is, I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Because Chihiro was a girl.
A gun! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack
So wait, she doesn't kill girls or women.
Something in common.
Yeah, they're male. Yeah, not the age, not even their names.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Oh, why do I have a feeling the people that Genocide Jack kills is the people that Toko's in love with or has like infatuation with? Yo, Byakuya, you better watch your back then!
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Girl.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
Wait, are you homophobic? Is that what that is? She kills gay men?
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
Okay, now I'm getting more confused. If she didn't do it, and obviously the way that her body was suspended there, it has to be someone who has knowledge of that, right? The public doesn't know about Genocide Jack posing the victims like that. Byakuya is the only one who knows about it because his family is part of the Lale Lule Lo, whatever the fuck, and they know all these like secret things. Who else would know about that?
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement?
Right.
It'd make
That's also true too. Why would you give yourself away? That doesn't make any sense.
That does make some amount of sense. Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors.
Does she have those with her?
High-class envy of the entire world! Scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Okay.
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my I saw it.
Maybe it's a good idea that I was hanging out with Toko before all this so she could be my friend.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Somebody who knows how to tie a knot. It has to be with their ultimate thingy.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Byakuya, because he's the only other one who fucking knows about it, isn't it? Where's this bitch? You!
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents.
Right, because you have no problem, because you said your family is in charge of everything.
Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Oh, he's got nothing to say!
Mr. Togami did?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her. So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Girl, keep it in your pants or skirt.
Sophia, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. Yeah, like you went in there already.
To the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But we didn't know it was her yet!
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then.
We didn't know about that, it was her!
Go ahead. Share with the rest of the class.
Clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. New element has been added. Non-stop debate. Yeah? What? What is it? Next, we're going to add something called Truth Flashback. If you aim at the weak spot and hold down the triangle button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. Memorized face can only be shot once with a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to lie or contradict in your loaded truth bullet, it might be wise to memorize different weak spots and use that to make your case. What is the best time to use flashback? Well, we'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, so I will say if you don't use flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun!
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it.
Actually, it's
That's
just
a natural reaction for any guy.
No.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Who was a girl?
Oh shit. So it's not that?
You said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out...
Is this how I do it? I highlight that part? Okay, let me see if this will work.
The victim was Chihiro.
There we go. Okay, I got it. Sorry, I had to like do it a couple times to figure it out, but we got it.
I'll tell you what's so strange about
How do you know it was her, bitch?
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too
Still,
weak.
okay, explain then. How do you know?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show
I
us.
will fight this man. What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've gotten cornered, but he's acting like it's nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There
This
must
guy
be
is
more
such
to
a pompous ass.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think
Yes!
about it.
Kitty, help me!
We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
She's not giving it away. The difference between the case and the other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible for hidden in there. What could it be? Okay, well, let's hear everybody out. I have to be careful. My hearts are like 3 right now. Library desk lamp. He did move that, right?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors.
Yes.
And I use those same scissors to arrange the body. But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it
An
not?
extension cord.
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Okay.
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden
Oh,
away
bitch,
somewhere.
don't play with me. You move the lamps around in the library.
No, that's wrong.
Fight me, asshole!
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Yeah.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Right, you would have noticed. You wouldn't call it a rope, too.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what
Bitch, shut up!
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we
Yeah,
hold
there's
on
still
just
there's still a
second?
lot of weird factors to it. Doesn't matter.
I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
The pad.
Is that right?
The
and what,
handbook.
pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room.
Oh
then
my god.
disguised my crime.
This guy just has to be an ass about everything.
Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely not found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean, can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's something definitely off about what he said. The scene of the crime, not this.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the
This
world
guy!
of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls'
Yeah, but don't
locker
mean
room.
she was killed
is
there, asshole!
absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see
So
the
much
proof.
for this guy to win, like, everything, because, like, why would you not notice this? How could you have not noticed this? Evidence that showed the murder took place somewhere else. There's something about that switch between the boys and girls' locker room. That is... the posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is... the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Yep!
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed Superman.
Big boob.
But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
And not saying that the lesbians can't enjoy the big boobs, but Monokuma's sexist, so you know.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Okay.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Yep.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein
Yes,
coffee,
yes.
aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Boys' locker room carpet. Alright, my camera lights just died, so I'm gonna be in the dark for a little bit. I'm sorry, everybody.
I got it!
Here we go.
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Yep.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Also, another thing I didn't think about, if Toko was so in love with Byakuya and they had this promise together, it's like blackmail on each other, right?
What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of
Switching
switching
the crime
scene of
scene?
the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Oh, that's actually true too.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her
That's
access
true,
to
that's
the
true
girls'
too.
locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Oh, I know what it is. Hina's account. She said that she didn't feel comfortable being around other girls, but she felt comfortable being around guys. But didn't Monokuma have this rule where it's like nobody of the opposite sex could enter in the rooms just in case shenanigans happen?
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Okay. Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Alright, let's hear it out. Let's hear Hiro out. I'm actually surprised he has something intelligent to say. Oh, the broken e-handbook, right? He did find that.
Really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Okay, no, that's not how that works.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Right?
If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem. Leon's handbook.
No, that's wrong.
It was broken though, or not working.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave
Yeah, same, right?
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's
Yeah, that's
handbook?
another thing.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square
Yeah,
on the noggin.
Monokuma did confirm that.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst. You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
No, there's something weird about it.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Could she go through the pool? They both lead out to the pool, but is there a lock on those doors too?
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
No, Taka, hang on. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya was the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Yes! Let's go, girl! My
I agree
favorite!
with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decided
Mondo,
to open your mouth?
Shut up!
That's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right?
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have
The
gained
pool!
access.
The pool!
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Are we allowed to do that?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
She knows how to negotiate too.
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even know what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Okay. You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Examine her carefully.
Oh, don't be weird. Don't be
Using
weird.
our hands? No, wait.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Okay, Sakura.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body.
Hey!
Just let
Why is
the
everyone
boys
being
do it.
sexist? Let her do it!
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Also, Sakura cared for her, I believe, so...
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please
Oh.
excuse the intrusion.
Putting our hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quickly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is...
What?
What is this...
What happened?
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
That would actually make a lot more sense. Why Chihiro never wanted to be around other girls. Was more comfortable with guys. And she would be able to get into the locker room. Because technically, Chihiro's a cross-dresser.
Is what?
Is a boy.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Yeah, I believe that.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Well, it's not like something you assume.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire!
Ew!
They had killed him!
Okay, that's gross.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Yo, Byakuyo's fucked!
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Well, they may have their own reasons. Also, I don't want to be disrespectful. But yeah, it's not like you have to tell everyone that. Maybe they're not comfortable, or like I said, they could be trans and they're just figuring themselves out. I don't care if they're cross-dresser or they're trans or just whatever the case may be, you know? To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought had never crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the
so that kind of proves
locker
that they can go in there and Byakuya could kill them and then move them to the girls' room and everything like that.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
Right, that they were killed there and then they were moved.
The victim was killed in the boys' locker room and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Bitch, you knew nothing. Don't play them like I knew something was off. You did not know anything. Don't start with me.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
Yep.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Yeah, now it seems too easy. It seems... Damn, I still don't know.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
God, please tell me I'm wrong. The only other person I feel like would have a problem with this would probably be, like, Taka? Because, like, he, you know, followed the rules and everything like that. I don't know if, like, you know, gender norms are, like, a problem for him, but that could be a reason to get rid of Chihiro. But then again, I don't know who else could have done it. And then mix it in with the Genocide Jack thing. Like, what is the point of that?
It just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
Yeah, like, it's too obvious.
He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, It seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer,
Yeah,
that stuff
you
wouldn't
would
have had
know
any
about
effect on
it.
me.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons.
Oh my god.
But it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
But why though? What is the point of you doing that?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
I don't understand your purpose of doing that though.
I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why?
Right.
Why do you do that?
What is the point?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important.
Bitch, it's weird that you're touching dead bodies and just being like, hey, Genocide Jack's around. Like, what?
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Okay, Hiro, now you're being suspicious. Don't play that shit.
I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Right.
Because if we're wrong...
Yeah, we're all dead, you
die
dumb
here.
freaking idiot.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Yo, Hiro, you're starting to piss me off now. First you were disagreeing, now you're like, yeah, let's do it.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means killer is a guy. It's a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would have to have a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to be a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Okay, so that eliminates the girls for now, but it has to be a dude. Celeste's account. Oh right, that Chihiro was gonna go on a track run or something like that?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
Huh?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer,
Right, we
they
wouldn't
would've
be
said
having
something
this
by now.
conversation right now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Yes.
Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim?
The killer.
The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Don't have a crisis now, Hiro.
No!
Oh my
Not
god.
game over!
All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Oh, not that.
A clue that might lead us to
No!
who did it. Might lead us to who did it.
I'm gonna die.
Shoot!
Alright, I gotta restart it because I fucking died. Now, that's what I was supposed to hit. My bad.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about. The
Yeah.
rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Right, that's what the thing. I don't know where that is.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then
And remember,
they were going to
Hina
work out
and
together?
Sakura always invited Chihiro to work out with them, but they always refused.
But Hina and I
Right.
have invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Oh, right. That is also true. That's probably why Chihiro was crying in the gym, because they didn't want their secret to be exposed.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
Oh my god. Is it Mondo? Mondo or Taka are now getting suspicious because remember, they defended Chihiro so much. Now that's making me worried that it's both of them, or either one of them.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
I do wonder why Kyugi's always so, like, confident in us, you know?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
Wait.
You really
Blue.
think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
It was blue, right?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Thanks, honey.
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Okay, let's listen to what everyone has to say.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
The color?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Okay.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
Okay.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Okay, hang on.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
She's right. What he said just now was really odd. How does he know something like that? What? I don't know.
First of all,
We know where Chihiro was on his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! He picked that it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Okay.
So, what? The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Oh my god, it's Mondo, isn't it? No, it's Mondo! No, and I like it! Oh, bitch, what the fuck? Why is it all the guys that I like and they just turn out to be idiots?
Tracksuit is black.
I don't, cause exercising.
I have a white I got it from the
Did any of that really help us?
No way. Not a chance.
you heard him, right?
First of all, he was on his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one.
So, what? The killer was wearing the same blue.
No, Mondo! Dude, are you serious? Is it actually him?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago,
She didn't say what
She
the
said-
color was. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into the duffel bag. And then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything
Right.
about the jacket's
Yo, these
color.
people just be slipping evidence Freudian slips.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the
No!
trial, did you tell anyone that?
No!
The only one I told about any of
Right,
this
you
was
only told me!
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Bitch!
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it.
I'm so disappointed right now, and I bet Taka's heartbroken too, because that's his bro, right? Ugh, God.
The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Right.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry? Are you talking
Yeah,
about
I'm
Chihiro?
Big Mac, and Chihiro was Cherry.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Okay, so what was your account on that?
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag.
Yep.
If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
I'm so sad right now. I can't believe it's Mondo, dude.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the
I mean,
tongue
it's
from the
work. This is
culprit.
the second time, right? She did that in the first class trial, so I mean, it's working.
That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Okay, tell us about it.
What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, the way he was acting, because I hate him. No, the way he talked? Or he was, because he was really sad about it, but we all knew he was, like, very adamant about helping Chihiro, right? So, I don't know.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Bitch, it's because he's sexist. Remember I made that comment a couple episodes ago. I'm like, oh no, Mondo's kind of sexist. Oh my god.
You only call guys dude.
Oh,
For
right,
girls, it's
right. He did say dude, why was he whacked out on, like, focusing on that and whatever? And I just thought he was slipping the tongue. For me, I refer dude as, like, everybody. I feel like that's like a non-binary term. It's turning into a non-binary term where everybody just calls everybody dude. But considering how old this game is and how Mondo acts when it comes to the sexes and everything like that, yeah, he would definitely call a guy dude and a girl chick, because he's been saying that throughout this entire game.
And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Which is why
Notice
Kyoko was inspecting the body more closely.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively
Nah,
frightful.
she's just a good detective.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Right, and you thought of Chihiro as a friend because he was always defending them.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say.
No, we haven't. We've been all over Genocide Jack and Byakuya because, you know, those two were acting weird.
What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something
Taka,
like that.
no.
This is a false accusation.
It's true.
Man.
My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
Oh, right!
My
Hifumi
time
said he had
has
evidence,
come.
right? And then didn't want to tell us.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah,
Who's your
that
ghost
reminds
friend?
me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Say it anyway!
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell
Right,
us.
you never know.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Found on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... It's mine, it's Chihiro's, it's Mondo's, Chihiro's?
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed.
Yeah.
I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Is that Leon's?
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of
No,
any
no,
evidence
that's
after
not,
the
no,
murder.
that can't be the case because Monokuma said it's not easy to break them.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're
Right.
not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall for all your confidence. That is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Yes.
How precisely?
Yes, because it also bothered Big Mac. I'm gonna call him Big Mac for the rest of this video because he said it was a little bit weird that it's like that, and that's why I was thinking maybe it's like it needs to be charged. But then again, Monokuma never mentioned that to any of us. How did the E-handbook break? The possibility of explanation by exploiting a bug, hitting its weak point, hacking it, exploiting a bug. Maybe it has some kind of bug you can exploit? Too bad for you, but those things have been debugged to hell and back. We couldn't afford a recall. Oh, then I guess I should just delete the possibility of a bug then.
Shoot.
Looks like I embarrassed myself in front of everyone. Wait, then what is it then? Hitting its weak point? Hacking it. But they said Chihiro wouldn't be able to do that, right? Hitting its weak point?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point,
Right.
didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip.
Yeah, but you
I
never said
told
what it
anyone
was because
the
he
weak
disappeared
point
before he
actually
answered.
was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what
You
is
gotta tell us.
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
Yes, it is. There you go, Kyoko.
If I tell you, and someone else decides to copy
You
it,
can make it like a
that would
rule or
be
something.
very
Don't
not
break the e-handbook
good.
or something like that.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Mondo and Taka was in the sauna. You remember that, right? They were there for like a really long time until morning, apparently.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor
Yup.
of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Yeah.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere
Why do we care right now?
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
Wait, does Taka know that his is broken then? I don't
What
know.
if they found out by accident?
Yeah.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Yep.
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their
Mondo
handbook
and
into
Taka,
the
because
sauna.
he's a bro.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Why is Taka freaking out now? Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? Had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was Mondo, right? Because Taka took his shirt off, if I remember. Oh yeah, Taka did take his clothes off.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Sorry, dude.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Yep, they were in there. Yep,
And
they were
for
both
the
in there.
contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
Oh my god.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this.
I'm just
Show me the
disappointed
proof.
at this point.
The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Here we go. Make your argument again.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Does it though?
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Do we have proof of that?
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during the sauna shutdown. If I can prove that, then it will show that the handbook Mondo has might actually... He has Chihiro's handbook, since his is broken. That's what it is.
What he says, you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo, then that proves that...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Oh, nope.
Shoot!
Okay, wait. I gotta switch it then. How do I switch it again?
Makoto's assertion.
Oh, there we go.
What he...
No, that's wrong.
No, because how would you get in there then?
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really
You have
yours?
The
Chihiro's.
fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually
Yeah,
yours?
that can't be Chihiro's.
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right. The punishment if
No,
someone
okay, that
wasn't
explains it because I was gonna
nearly
say,
enough to
how did
destroy
Leon
it.
break his? He wasn't near a sauna or anything.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now
Yeah, it's got
is
Leon's.
actually Leon's.
Yeah.
But doesn't that violate the school
No,
regulation
because
that
we're
says
borrowing
loaning
from
out
a
your
dead
handbook
person. The person
prohibited?
is not a person anymore.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student. But if they're dead, they're not a student.
Yep.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch! What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong!
Oh, Taka, he's gonna be so heartbroken after this.
You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning. That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Closing argument. Oh yeah, the thing. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I gotta put everything back.
Here's exactly what happened.
Alright.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple. Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
I'm so disappointed in Mondo,
Once
dude.
inside, he met
Like, that's why I'm like not saying much.
And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Yeah.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall.
Yep.
Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things.
But I still don't understand. What is the point of this fucking fool coming in here and rearranging everything like that? To get Toko away from him? Like, I don't understand.
Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
But why? I don't get it.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence. And just as the killer expected, The steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
And the killer is Mondo, and I'm sad now.
Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
I'm so sad.
Wait. No.
I'm with you on there, Taka.
Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof.
That's it, unfortunately.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Evidence that Mondo is the killer that already reveals itself earlier in the trial. If I can show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. Oh no, we have to convince Taka. Oh god, okay.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some
I forgot
evidence.
how to do this, hang on.
I won't listen. False.
Have to like do all this.
I refuse to vote.
Negative.
Show me some evidence.
Negative.
You're wrong.
What do I do?
won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
Oh shit.
I won't listen. False. You're corrupt.
I don't know if I'm doing this wrong. Wait, no, okay, I think I understand. I have to keep the tempo. It's just gonna block it where I can see it.
Corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote.
Did I do it? Did I do it?
Show me some evidence. This should prove
Okay,
it.
I did it!
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks
why didn't
right
we
now.
do this from the start? Like when we were all arguing, this would have
Once we
saved
do
so
that,
much time.
We don't gotta do that. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Oh. He's admitting it. Okay. I got an A rank. A B, A, B. Okay. I got an A rank. That's fine with me. That's totally fine.
Bro.
Oh, poor Taka.
What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank!
It's interesting that he is just kind of accepting it.
Who will you
Completely
elect
different
as
from
the
Leon's
blackened
reaction.
this time around? Will you make the right choice?
Okay, shut up, shut up. Just let us pick. I don't want to hear this damn bear. Yup, he's guilty.
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again! Yes, it is so. The blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada! In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Taka chose the wrong answer. You're treading close to the danger zone, Mr. Taka. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he killed someone.
Sorry.
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Oh, poor Taka. Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence. So allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the circle button to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy. His name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extremely inferior complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. Oh, maybe that's why he thought to dress up as a girl? He learned things like that so long that he could remember he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that way as his way out. No, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, the inferior complex had taken a root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here in the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this would be survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you didn't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dressed like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. He even figured out being thrusted into the dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become strong.
That's right.
Now is my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. This is actually really sad. Because, like, aside from, like, you know, the whole demented plot twist of Danganronpa, people do struggle with identities, and especially with hearing something like this, like, even though you're a boy. And this goes into the fact where, you know, sexism, stereotypes, and all that other stuff that is being played into Danganronpa. It really sucks because I guess one big one would be also Sakura. She's supposed to be a girl. She has a very feminine name, yet she looks like a man, and very strong and has big muscles and stuff, and everybody kept confusing her as a man at the beginning. It just plays into that. That's kind of why I feel bad for Chihiro too, because sometimes it's hard to ask for help as well when you're trying to, like, better yourself, and clearly that's what he was doing, but didn't know how to do it because he's been bullied so often that he didn't know how to reach out for help. That when it was offered to him, it scared him, because Sakura and Hina did offer, right? But it scared him, and he wanted to do it his own way. With that thought on the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and so... That day, he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person in secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. The person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep that secret. So then why did you not keep the secret then, Mr. Mondo? Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was very simple of strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. He thought the only one with Mondo's support would he even be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must have been why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? He did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Oh, to keep the promise. That he wouldn't expose Chihiro for this. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he's done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep promise between men. He made it to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret?
Because...
If everyone knew that he had been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once it started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Who would he also kill? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered after all. What? The possibility of having your embarrassing memories or secrets exposed.
What
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something whatever Mondo's secret was. So it wasn't even Toko. It was Mondo. Something he did that you don't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong.
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat
How many
myself.
times must I repeat myself? To judge others by their own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why didn't I tell ya? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey!
You know what Mondo did? Oh, I had a feeling it was going to be related to his brother. I didn't think he killed him. He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join the gang in the first place is because of a certain someone. His bro. Yo, his bro looks like Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Wait. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Awada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because Daya and Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was the only family growing up. He was the only Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he intimidated everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of a star-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the characteristics older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and number 2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peachy and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to nod Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created the gang in his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that will do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of other members of the gang, which is why I just gotta get stronger than Daya. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. It's because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. As a result, so his ego and fragile masculinity, basically, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to leave the team so badly he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong. And yet, wow, that's really interesting. I guess that's why he was gravitating towards Chihiro too, because Chihiro was the opposite. As soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then that lovely, hateful Monokuma announced revealing the most embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I had no problem shedding light on the secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with all fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. It was right then around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. That right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you could have kept that a secret the whole time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of myself forever. His words were like a knife to my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. He can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So, what? You're saying I should just say it?
Why?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. Oh, so I am right. It's about his masculinity and his like fragile state of like, you know, him being like, oh, I'm tough and I'm strong like my brother. I beat him. But he has to lie for her, while Chihiro came to terms with his own, like, you know, internal struggle. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try to overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
Why?
Are you making fun of me?
What?
I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I feel like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What do you want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why do you have to tell me that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admired you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, strong, strong! Stronger than you!
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya! And then he killed Chihiro. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, I was laying at my feet covered in blood. I had a dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been.
That's actually really sad. It's not that I'm even, like, mad. I'm just disappointed.
And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
He let his weakness and his existential crisis take over him. Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in the heart and like his, and it turned into him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him! For a secret from the past or memory. For that, he killed another human in cold blood. Good, free of his regret from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. Bastard! Shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead and say it again, I dare you!
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well, now,
That's what I promised you, right? The logging that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Oh, hold on. Now I prepare a very special punishment for Mondo Oana, the altered biker gang leader. No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's
keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh my god. The cage of death. Oh, it's spinning a circle in the cage. Mondo butter? What? Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder, another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might even be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Oh, Taka. As Taka's sad scream invaded our skull, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. Oh god, bitch, shut up! What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? But Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because it's a game of our life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that...
However...
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Right! That's the part I don't understand! Like, what are you doing? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice is calm and emotionless, like one of the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be
Well,
done.
not particularly clear. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room. Which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he had gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew about the culprit from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if it had been at the end of it, how boring would have that been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did that all to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decide to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man! If we hadn't figured out who really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned to look at me in the eye. I could feel a sharp eye piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I decided to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. Ah, he was testing us because we're the ultimate lucky student. What?
Correct.
So, that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
You.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair is not just for you. All the punishment and despair is a gift to the mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
What do you mean? Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. I can't wait for this bitch to die next. He's annoying. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childless criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my
In
family.
the name of the Togami family, for which victory is foregone conclusion.
You're getting
Ooh, so
all riled
cool.
up.
It's like the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. I feel like we all need a nap. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and curtains closed on a case of Chiro Mondo. But I knew it was in the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fears and despairs kept on multiplying. It was kind of like despair. Felt like the blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All the courage, effort, and our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was obvious worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway,
who the hell is
like
that?
I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move,
Who the
right?
fuck is he talking to?
Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16 high school students, I mean.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied.
What is happening?
See, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. Explains why they were saying boy's life. I was always wondering that. Oh my god. Now there's 10 of us left.